so many slides. Let's see what happens. Oh Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that's happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows. So if you're following the verses, if you're reading the verses in your own free time, I had posted notes also. If you're following that, you will see in that verse, after saying about the demigods, Krishna speaks that how Krishna says that in the verse that how these people think he's never manifested for the foolish and unintelligent. He says they are covered. He is covered by the internal potency, so they cannot actually understand him. So then understanding is like, how can he be covered? Because he is the Supreme Lord. What can cover him? So that's what Krishna is saying. I am not being covered, boy. Your eyes are being covered by the external energy. It's like, is the sun covered by the clouds? We say, right? The clouds are covering the sun. It's gloomy. No, actually, the cloud is not covering the sun. The cloud is covering our vision from the sun, because the sun exists above the clouds, and it's somewhere else it's bright and it's sunny. However, we are being covered by the clouds. Similarly, the external energy has no power to cover Krishna, but it covers our eyes. So if I close my eyes, do you all exist? You all exist, yes. But can I see you? No. So the same way, the clouds of illusion is covering our eyes. So then Krishna is not visible. So that's why Krishna is saying, I always know everything, past, present, future. But nobody knows me, because if they are covered by external energy, they cannot. So we might not know what the future holds, but we can know who holds the future. So we don't need to be in anxiety. I don't know what's going to happen to me in the future exactly. I don't need to be in anxiety. A lot of people overthink. Oh, what will happen if I no like Prabhupada gives this example of a potter who's like making a lot of pots, and he's actually poor, but he starts making a lot of pots, and he sells all those pots and makes lots of money and makes more pots and sells more pots and makes more money. And then he thinks, I will make so much money. If ever my wife says that I won't do when I ask her to do something, I'll just kick her. And he is actually dreaming. He kicks that one pot that he had, from which he was supposed to make all the profit. So he was making profit in his dream. That one pot he was thinking of selling and making two pots, and two pots into four was becoming eight. But in his dream, because he was thinking he's kicking his wife, he just kicked the pot. So similarly, we all overthink a lot. Oh, I will do this, I'll do that, and what happens? And in an imaginary fear, we become actually fearful. The real situation has not even appeared. So we just overthink about the future. So you do your part. However, however, we also need to know that Krishna holds our future. So we don't need to be in anxiety. Do your part best, and the, and have the faith that Krishna does his part best, better than what we can imagine. So even we don't know what the future holds for us, we know who's holding the future. And then Krishna is saying, oh, all living entities, because they are born into illusion, because of the desire and hate, they are just absorbed in this world. They cannot know me. So he says, who can know? Only one who engages in bhakti with determination. Oh, here comes the problem. I love devotional service, but I'm just not determined to do it. So that's a problem that we all face. We love devotion service, we love kirtan, it's so amazing and it's so beautiful, but it just like lack the determination to follow through it with with the determination. So how do we develop determination? So despite my intention wanting to be a devotee of Krishna, wanting to be a pure devotee of Krishna, still I succumb to temptation, still I give in to laziness, still I give in to procrastination, still I just is like kind of cruising through bhakti, not like really able to apply myself with determination. So how do I develop that? So the understanding is determination is not a function of just intention. It is also a fruit of purification. Like, say, for example, the lower desires that we have, they are like disease. I have cough and cold. I can think, oh, I want to become healthy. I want to become healthy. But if I won't take the medications, then it will never go away. So I have a very practical experience. Like, I had this cough, which was so bad, and I tried few medications, and I was so tired. And then I was like, kind of, I was telling myself a story. You're so busy. You're so busy. Don't have time to take medication. And just I'm going around and everywhere coughing, coughing. After a week, I just got so tired. Then I had to make my time. Okay, make some ginger juice, mix some honey, get some fresh pepper, crush. It takes some time, but unless you start doing it, situation is not going to improve. So I did it for 3 days and my situation improved so much better. So I may want to be healthy, but if I'm not willing to take the time to take the medication, my health will not improve. So it's not just intention. I want to be determined. I will do it. But after that, I'm just sleeping. No, it's not just a matter of intention, but it is also a matter of purification. Like, okay, but I don't have determination. That is the problem. So then how will I get purified? It's compared to this developing muscles. How do we develop muscles? We go to gym and we lift weights. But even before we, like, if someone develops some biceps like that, it's not that suddenly they got muscles. They already had some muscle. Because they invested in that, whatever muscle they had, they did exercises on top of it. They ate in a particular way and exercised in a particular way. They put on more muscle. Similarly, we all have determination. It's not that we have absolutely no determination. We do have determination. Imagine the ice cream that you want to eat, how much determination you have to make sure more other you get the ice cream that you want, or get the game that you want, or want to go to a certain place. We all have determination. It's just that we have to use that little determination that we have to turn towards Krishna. So if we continuously try to use that little determination we have to turn to Krishna, eventually we will also have spiritual biceps. Our determination will become big like this guy's biceps. So we all have some determination, but we want strong determination. So it's just by exercising it properly. And what happens when someone with the determination becomes a devotee of Krishna? Then Krishna says in the last verse, if anyone who completely understands him through devotion, even at the time of death, they can remember him. So this question I have seen many times comes up, like, yeah, Krishna is saying, like, even if somebody is a devotee, he can remember Krishna even at the time of death. What if what if a person cannot remember at the time of death, externally, if they are in coma, if they got into an accident, whatever, like, what happens? So we all say through devotion one can know Krishna even at the time of death. But what happens when one cannot remember Krishna at the time of death? So Krishna says in the Varaha Purana that if my devotee is unable to remember me at the time of death because of disturbances felt within the body at that time, then I shall remember my devotee and take him back to my supreme abode. So while living, what did we do? When the consciousness was there, when we had the strength physically, mentally, when we had the time, when we had the resources, what did we do? Did we engage in bhakti? That's what matters. What is beyond our control is in Krishna's control. Usually we think when I am out of control, everything is out of control. No, I am out of control. Things are out of my control, but nothing is out of Krishna's control. So when things go, those things which are out of my control, I need to understand they are out of my control, but Krishna is in control. So even if we cannot remember, we need to know that Krishna will remember what we did when we are living. When we were living, when we had time, when we had energy, when we had resources, how did we use that? So that is why determination again is very important to develop a strong determination, so that while living we can engage in bhakti, and the rest Krishna will take care. We need to have that faith. If you do the best, your best, Krishna will do his best. So there's no need to worry about that. So that is how we can remember Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada says, if you practice, it is possible that when you are sleeping, you will chant, because mind is not inactive even when you are sleeping. So one devotee thought, Prabhupada is such a pure devotee. So is he chanting in his dream? Is he chanting when he is sleeping? So when Prabhupada was sleeping, he went and put his ears towards Prabhupada's heart, and and he said he really heard, he was hearing Hare Krishna. So it's like he was so shocked, and then Prabhupada opened his eyes and asked, "What's the problem?" So he said, "No, Prabhupada, nothing. I just was checking if you're sleeping." He said, "Uh, that's fine, okay." So he just again closed his eyes. So he just went away. So so if you, Prabhupada is saying, if you become practiced up to the mind and intelligence platform in your life, if Krishna enters our mind, if we become attached to our mind, so then even when we are sleeping, even when you're dreaming, you'll be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And if this perfection is attained, then in the coma stage of life also, you, if even if you cannot speak at the time of death, internally you will be able to chant Hare Krishna mantra, and that will guarantee you are transferring from this material. Prabhupada is giving the other angle. If you develop Krishna attachment to Krishna, he says, if your mind and intelligence becomes attached to Krishna, then even when you're sleeping, because external, like a person sleeping and a dead person, they look very similar. Externally nothing is happening. So Prabhupada is saying, even like I remember my mom was passing, and then Gauranga Prabhu called and said, "I want to chant Nashing Arti for your mom." I said, "She is unconscious." He said, "That does not matter. She will hear. You can just put the phone next to her ear." So I put her ear. That really struck me, because she was unconscious. So I was thinking, "Oh, Prabhu, she is unconscious." No, he said, "No, just put the phone, like she will be hearing. The soul is active. The soul is never inactive. It's just the instrument of the body becomes dysfunctional, but the soul is still always active and alive. It is never dead, so it does not matter." So we always have, when we start to practice bhakti on a higher level, when the soul becomes awakened, then even in the when the external body is not working, internally we will have the ability to remember Krishna. So that is why it is important to practice with determination, I'm telling myself. So thank you all. This is the short summary of the chapter 7, that Krishna is speaking about Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga is all about knowing Krishna and loving Krishna. And externally, it manifests as surrender, but in essence, it is knowing Krishna and loving Krishna. These are the two aspects of bhakti, and this is all possible through hearing about Krishna. That's what we are trying to do, trying to understand how everything comes from Krishna, and Krishna pervades everything. And by developing love for him, and with determination, when we engage in the process of sadhana, especially by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we engage our attention in the mantra and chant, then rest Krishna will manifest in our lives. So we don't need to worry much. So even if you don't understand how it works, what is this mantra, even if you don't understand, no need to worry. Prabhupada says it's like a medicine. We don't understand what the pill is doing inside. We just take it with water. And then the medicine goes inside and does the exact effect it is supposed to. Similarly, Prabhupada says Hare Krishna is also a medicine, the mantra. It will go inside and do, it knows what, the mantra knows what is its job. It does not matter whether we understand or not. So with love and affection, if we chant attentively, the rest of the purification will happen. And with purification, we will develop more determination. Our attachment to Krishna will increase. And that's the goal of this chapter. First verse, Krishna started this chapter saying, Maya Sakta, becoming attached. Maya Sakta Manaha. Krishna says, if you want to develop a mind which will be attached to me, then you need to hear about me. So gradually, when our mind becomes attached, as Srila Prabhupada says, then we will be able to remember Krishna always, whatever is the external situation. The extreme is the death. Krishna is guaranteeing, even at the time of death, my devotees can remember me if they, during their life, if they invest in their attachment towards Krishna. So thank you very much for your attention on a Saturday morning, and also thanks to everyone who came out last week. We had 10 of the participants from this course. Amrita Kishori, Sundarananda Prabhu, Mother Divya, and Mahidhar drove along with Haricharan Prabhu all the way from Long Island. Sundaranand Prabhu drove all the way from South Brunswick. and Amrit Kishori took a long train. So thank Olga also was here. Thank you, Olga, for always coming. Like she came the previous for Friday, and she again showed up for Saturday. So thank you so much, and Ritesh Prabhu. And we also had Indra and Greg Prabhus. Today they are having some service, so didn't join the call. They actually also were here, and I had some other friends also join. It was very sweet. So thank you all, and maybe sometimes we can just hang out online without a class, just doing the same thing online for those who are unable to join. So yes, maybe when we complete the rest of the section chapters in the Bhakti Yoga section, we can again meet in person. So thank you all. If you have any thoughts, questions, reflections, you can share, and others, if it's time for you, please feel free to proceed with your day. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Egoshri Mataji. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Nandini. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna, Bhagavan. Hare Bol Swarit. Hare Krishna, Chakresh. See you guys. Hare Krishna, Sundaram Prabhu.